Hello everyone, my name is Disha Mehta, legal intern at Lexis and Company and a law student at Gujarat University. So today we are going to talk about the term liquidation, in which particularly we are going to talk about the voluntary liquidation of a company. So what do you mean by the term liquidation? Basically, the liquidation means the closing up of a business or winding up of a business. So the liquidation can be done in three ways. First of which is the compulsory liquidation by the tribunal. Second one is the voluntary liquidation. Now that can be done in two ways. Voluntary liquidation can be done either by the members or by the creditors. And the last one is liquidation voluntarily under the supervision of the tribunal. So in all the three methods, company can be liquidated. In above all the three methods, the liquidator is appointed to manage the assets of the company. So we are going to talk about the voluntary liquidation. So what do you mean by the term voluntary liquidation? So the company and its creditors can determine to voluntarily take the company to its liquidation. The company and its creditors and shareholders voluntarily mutually decide their rights without moving to the tribunal. Company and its creditors and company and its shareholders mutually understand with each other about their interests. To decide such interests, they act independently. Without moving the course, without moving the tribunal, they freely and independently understand their interests. Of course, wherever required, they apply to the court for getting instructions of liquidating the company by the members and the creditors is called as voluntary liquidation. So, what is the condition of voluntary liquidation? As per section 304 of the Companies Act, the company can be voluntarily liquidated in the following conditions. First is if the company was incorporated for the period mentioned in the Articles of Association and that limit gets over and general resolution is passed in the general meeting, or second, if there is a provision in the articles of the company that if certain event takes place, then the company is to be dissolved. If the company has come into existence only for the time limit mentioned in the articles, and if there is provision in the articles to wind up the company voluntarily when the time is over, then the directors of the company should convene the meeting of company, and for that the motion should be presented in the meeting. After 14 days of passing the resolution, the company should publish it in the official gazette and issue an advertisement in the newspaper in the district where the registered office of the company is situated. If there is breach of these provisions, then including company, liquidator and any responsible officer of the company is liable for the punishment. Now, as we discussed the types of the voluntary liquidation, there are two types of voluntary liquidation. A, if the company is financially sound and the shareholders place the resolution to liquidate the company, then it is called as voluntary liquidation by the members. Though in such a condition, the directors have to prepare a declaration of solvency. And B, if the company is in insolvency condition and the company is unable to pay back its complete debts, that means when the declaration of solvency is not prepared, then it can be decided to be liquidated by the creditors, which is called as voluntary liquidation by the creditors. So first up is members voluntary winding up. When the company is solvent, generally without informing the creditors, a decision is taken to wind up the company by passing a resolution. Following are the assents and a procedure of the provisions. First is declaration of solvency. So when a proposal is received to wind up the company, then the directors have to prepare the declaration of solvency according to section 305. Such a declaration is to be noted before the registrar. When the company is voluntarily winding up by its members, if there are two directors, then both of them, and if there are more directors, then majority of the directors should prepare a declaration on oath in the meeting of board of directors. It is to be mentioned in the declaration that they have completely investigated the working of the company and company has not incurred debt or company is capable of paying back the complete debt within 3 years from the date of the beginning the process of the winding up. The date on which the resolution to wind up the company voluntarily is passed within next 5 weeks, such a notification is published. Such a solvency declaration is to be registered with the registrar before the date of resolution. Along with it, the profession law's declaration is to be attached. In short, along with the declaration of solvency, to be the maximum possible immediate date prior to it should contains balance sheet, profit and loss account, and the asset and liability account are to be submitted to the registrar. If the directors have not legally prepared the declaration of solvency, then the procedure of winding up company and all the procedures related to it are cancelled. Second one is to pass the resolution. The director can convene the meeting of the members of the company for passing the resolution for winding up the company. The resolution is passed in the meeting. The third one is declaration in the newspaper. In the third step of voluntarily winding up the company by the members of the company, an advertisement is to be published within 30 days of passing the resolution in a local newspaper of the city where registered office of the company is situated. It is mentioned in the official gazette also. Fourth one is appointment of the liquidator. A liquidator will be appointed in the meeting of members for selling off the assets of the company and make payment to the creditors from thus derived amount, and the remaining amount to be distributed among the members as per the extent of their rights. In the same meeting, the remuneration of liquidator is also fixed. Once the remuneration of liquidator is fixed, then no raise can be made in the amount of the remuneration. Till his remuneration is fixed, he cannot function as a liquidator. Fifth, end of power of board of directors. With the appointment of the liquidator, the power of board of directors, managing director or manager ends. Except that the general meeting of the company or by the liquidator approval, the power will be continued to be held to that extent. Sixth, notice to registrar. As the company appoints the liquidator within 10 days of it, the company has to inform about it to the company registrar. If the liquidator's post falls vacant and the appointment is made on the vacant post, then the company has to issue the notice to the company registrar within 10 days of the appointment. Seventh is to inform the income tax officer. As per the provisions of the Income Tax Act 1961, the company which is to be liquidated has to inform the income tax officer who has been appointed to assess the income of the company within 30 days of appointment of liquidator. Eighth one is appointment of liquidator in the vacant place. If the post of liquidator falls vacant due to resignation or death, then the company can fill in the vacant place in the general meeting. Such meeting can be convened as per the provisions of the Companies Act by the previous liquidator or by the provision of articles or as decided by the tribunal. Instead of the previous liquidator about the newly appointed liquidator, the information is to be provided to the company registrar through the notice. The company registrar is also to be informed about the death of the liquidator or its resignation. Ninth one is to convene the meeting by the liquidator. If the liquidation of the company continues for more than 1 year, then from the date of 1 year of liquidation, the liquidator can convene the general meeting of the members of the company. If the process of liquidation continues for more than 1 year, then it should be convened at the end of every year. Though central government can decide the time limit for convening the meeting. 10th one is to sell off the assets. On the basis of the decision to liquidate the company, the liquidator can obtain and sell the assets of the company on the basis of the powers held by him. 10th one is order of winding up. After the completion of the process of the liquidation, the liquidator convenes the general meeting of the company. He presents the register and accounts of the assets in the meeting. He has to send the report of meeting within 8 days of convening it to the official liquidator. Official liquidator informs his opinion to the tribunal. The tribunal can issue an order to dissolve or not to dissolve the company or any other order. Thus, the process of voluntary liquidation by the members is thus completed. Thank you.